Overall, I'm feeling quite good, and I got a very good history in the matchroom events in the past, so I'm really looking forward to play.
Albin Ouschan actually is a tough opponent, but I'm confident to beat him because I know really his game.
He's a great player, there's no doubt about it, and well, it's a short race, it's winner's break, so everything's possible.
The third match in this afternoon session between Albin Ouschan, a former World 9-ball champion, and a China Open champion, where he beat Jeff De Luna from the Philippines in the last 16. The leg for break to determine who gets the opening break in the race to 7. I'm joined by Carl Boyes with me in the box.
Thank you, Alex. Pleasure to be sat next to a World Pool Masters champion yourself. Was it 1995? Is that right?
99.
99. Sorry. Looking forward to this match. Albin, always enjoyed watching him play. Very calm at the table, doesn't panic, and very experienced in matchroom arenas with Mosconi Cup wins, MVPs, World Cup of Pool champion. I expect him big things.
Now another dry break, and we've seen so many already today. Jeff De Luna, for people who don't know him that well, has a monster break. I actually hope he's gonna implement that. That would be something to see.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself, and I think the way the table's breaking, I think we will get to see it as well, Alex.
So he doesn't see the one. He could attack the one with a kick shot or play a push out, roll out, anywhere on the table, leaving the option to Albin Ouschan. And Albin Ouschan is right-handed, so he'll look at the jump shot. He'll try and feel if his reach is good enough here.
Some players play like a dart shot on this, can't they? I mean, was you a fan of playing the jump shot that way, Alex?
No, but you know, everyone. You go to a pool tournament into a match with weapons, and some players, you know, they'll use to jump. Other players are better at carom shots, kick shots. Jump shot wasn't my weakness, but it wasn't a weapon either.
Your countryman Nick Vandenberg, he was pretty handy with the old dart jump shot, I remember.
So he made a bit of a mess of that. Ball in hand for Jeff De Luna.
Like you say, on the push out, it was an interesting one because Jeffrey's left-handed, so the jump shot would have been a lot easier for him. So good thinking there early on in this match.
So an open table for De Luna. Really no problems out there. What they call a roadmap, just connect the dots.
Very talented player is Jeff De Luna. Very loose cue action as well, hasn't he? Very fluent and loose.
Yeah, people always talk about the Filipino style, but actually Efren Reyes, Bustamante, that's old school Filipino style. If you look at Corteza, Biado or Colo, they play very compact, but De Luna, in contrast, has that more fluent and longer style. Perfect start.
Yeah, the start of the match is everything in these short races, isn't it? You don't want that lead to escape super quick.
Now this is all speed control.
He's not hanging about.
They will calm the nerves in this opening rack. downs the 9, gets the first point on the board, capitalizing on that failed jump shot attempt by the Austrian Ouschan. Good stuff there by De Luna.
There you see the
Now let's see if De Luna is going to skyrocket on his first break in this match.
Now he might not go full throttle on this break shot yet because it's his first break shot. So the last thing you want to do is not hit it quite right and send, you know, the white across the arena.
Very moderate action there by De Luna. Not throwing in his body at all. Only arm.
Straight away on the break shot. I'm not so sure if this one ball passes. There you see with the overhead camera, definitely doesn't pass.
Now he can thin the 1 going behind the 6 and 3. But it's not easy. And he would sell out the 1 if he doesn't get it right.
Yeah, he's made a bit of a mess of that one. He was just trying to find the gap, wasn't he? And he's ended up hitting the 3 ball full, which has left.
Now in the Mosconi Cup, many times he has been flawless, Ouschan, and you've been close to him. How different is it, you think, to perform in a team environment in the Mosconi Cup compared to the World Pool Masters?
I think the Mosconi Cup, because you've got all your teammates around you and obviously you're playing your doubles, you don't want to let them down. Now, I'm not saying he wants to let himself down now, but you're out there on your own and you're playing for yourself, so it's definitely different. As we see there, Jeffrey's he's hooked himself behind the 7.
Still a favourite to make this ball.
I know a man who would make it, Fedor Ghost.
Yeah, he was flawless. He made 3 jump shots in the previous match. Good stuff. Now, the cut on the 3 is awfully thin, but he has the 6, 9 and 4 to hide behind if he separates the 3 in the cue ball. A bit jumpy there on the delivery.
Yeah, you could see he jumped up. Rule number 1, try and stay still. upon delivering the cue. Alex, have you had a chance to have a little look at the table close up?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I think the slate in the pocket, this shelf, I think it goes a bit deeper.
It's pretty deep, which is nice because then balls, you know, if they're not struck purely, they're gonna hang up. That's a good shot. He made it look easy, actually. Needed to hit this perfect to avoid the 9 and the 4. So the missed 3-ball by De Luna is probably going to cost him the wreck. Stroke it in. Stay on the right side of the 6. And the big difference, I think, between elite and just club players is that the elite will leave themselves an angle here. Doesn't need to come all the way back to the 7. I don't particularly like this shot.
I thought he'd used the rail there, Alex, did you?
That's what I thought, yeah. But actually, it's difficult to see what he tried to do. If he tried to draw back, not hit a rail, or trying to hit the rail, but just striking the cue ball a bit too low.
Yeah, it just looks a natural angle just to
punch it.
Yeah, punch it off the side rail and just go up, like you said, for the 7. But he's still sort of all right here. He's just not ideal where he wanted to be, near the rail.
Cue ball stops just in time. 1.5 rotation more, and it would have been awkward to get from the 8 to the 9.
He's shaking his head though there, but first glance I thought that looked pretty good. I know he's near the rail, but as long as he's got a nice angle, maybe he's just got to hold it a bit more. It can get away from you on this table. Oh, he was perfect. He was kidding us on there.
So the missed 3-ball by De Luna, where he refused to play a safety, has cost him the wreck, and Ouschan opens his account in this 26th World Pool Masters in the Tercentenary Hall near Victoria Stadium. It's 1-all in a race to 7. Do you think, Carl, with that missed 3-ball, like Jeff De Luna, will he think that he shouldn't have played it, or just, you know, still good shot selection, but make it next time?
I'll be honest, I think you've got to go for everything. I think it's an attacking game. You know yourself, you're a top player. How many times do you play safe? We've seen it in the first match. You play a safety shot, your opponent kicks out, leaves you a bit funky or gets a lucky one. I just think you've got to go for your shots. Just be confident.
Good call there. Carl Boy is the former world 8-ball champion.
Rack number 3.
Won the title against Niels Veen in the final in Fujairah.
Many, many moons ago.
2012, I think.
You've got me thinking there, was it 2010? It was.
Yeah. Ouschan breaking off here. Rack 3. A good thump, a good squat.
The wing ball and the 1-ball, Alex.
And he did squat the cue ball center table, but it got kissed by some traffic. But ending up close to the 2. So often, missing a ball, you'll pay double. You get punished double time. You lose that rack and the rack after.
Yep, I know what you're saying there.
Ooh, that's a lot of pocket that he's using there. Like you said, you described Albin Ouschan as one to not panic. He's grinding, he's working hard, he's not cruising in this match. But you can't tell by looking at his face.
No, he always looks the same. Very calm player.
Good strike.
Yeah, nice speed control there.
Just using the 90-degree angle, sliding the cue ball. It's the only thing you know for sure on a pool table. If the cue ball slides at impact, it will deflect at a 90-degree angle from the line of aim. Just come out 2 rails. You could stay on the vertical axis on the cue ball. Slide it just a bit or roll the ball with the right spin.
See, Albin's very experienced in the TV arena setup and with a table, so you don't expect him to take too long to get used to, you know, the equipment and the speed. He knows that you've got to play with soft hands, don't you, in these arenas.
Yeah, Steve Davis, he described it as playing on an ice rink. Very reactive, the cue ball. Need to deliver most shots with a lot of subtlety. That's a break and run for the Austrian, making the Luna pay double for that missed 3-ball in the second rack. And he takes the lead, being up 2-1 in the race to 7. This opening round of the World Pool Masters. Good stuff there. 2-1 the lead for Ouschan.
Rack number 4, Albin Ouschan to break, leading
The
2 racks to 1.
Former world 9-ball champion Ouschan to break, and Vivian Roscoe is making her debut as a referee here at the World Pool Masters. She's the tournament director in the GB9 Tour. And Ouschan in rack 4, the break. He had a break and run in the third. Is looking to push through because he made a ball and he can see and make the one here. Now from the top view you can tell that there's an angle off of the one towards the 9. So how to negate that kiss with the 9? He's trying to get a feel for the speed of the cue ball and the speed of the 9.
Yeah, he can't play this with right hand spin because I think he's hitting the 9 a bit too full. So he can't send the cue ball round off 3 cushions.
He can still decide to defend from here. Stun forward with the cue ball, send the 1 away. Didn't get there.
Yeah, he just tried to draw off the 9 ball, didn't he, back into the middle, but didn't quite happen. Now Albin's going airborne. As he slams the chalk down there.
Extension called.
He'll hit this ball 97 out of 100 times. Make a legal contact. Oh, nice. He barely moved anything other than his stroking arm.
Straight in the heart of the pocket, as you see. It's been a jump shot exhibition so far today.
Yeah, what inspired me in that shot is that he didn't try to force position. He recognized he couldn't get good shape on the 4. Oh, that's a roll there. Fluking the snooker. Jeffrey the Bull now having to clear the 5.
I'm not so sure if he's got a... Oh, no, I thought he had a little edge come round. Is he going to play a little swerve shot, rail first, and try and cut the 4 along the...
Well, I think his odds, I would
Extension
think
ball.
his odds are better playing that swerve shot, because I don't see something good happening with the jump. Something foreseeable, at least.
Yeah, and I've just seen him there. He's put his finger on the bottom rail where he wants to hit. So he's going to swerve this round the 5 ball, try and hit the rail just where you sort of see the diamond there, and then hit the 4 to cut it along the rail to make it. Just over swerved it. Weren't a million miles off.
You could say lucky that Ouschan fluked the snooker. Definitely luck involved, for sure. But it's also how the initiative went to Ouschan. So it's still, as I see it, still punishment for the misplayed position earlier by De Luna. It's a brutal game, just like Oy against Gorst. Had an open table in rec 1. He didn't get the point. He lost position and he chased the match from there.
Yeah, as you said, in a short race to 7, early on in the match, it's crucial you just try and cut out any silly little errors.
Do you count yourself a better comeback player or a better front runner?
A better pundit, I think.
Nice one.
No, but it's a funny one. You know, you've obviously played matches yourself where you've been down and you've come back, but you just sort of go on a roll, don't you? And you win a few racks and things happen, and then the pressure gets put over to your opponent, and it's a weird one, really. I'd rather be in front, put it that way.
Yeah.
And I think many people fancied Albin for this match. I know it's still early doors, but I just think he's...
Yeah, it's experience. Now he's starting to look good, but in the beginning he wasn't feeling comfortable. He was a bit shaky, just like Niels, the title holder, was shaky last year. Like every match you played him, every match in the first 2-3 racks, you know, he was trying to hold it together, but he wasn't exactly playing in his 5th gear. And that's a 2-rack gap there. Winning rack 4, Albin Ouschan now leading 3-1. Got a bit lucky, snookered himself, then had to jump. And from here, when he played that safe on the 4, he snookered De Luna. Now, Albin Ouschan is very conditioned. Like if you see him play, he always looks the same, just like Ralph Souquet. He'll walk around the table, he will check angles. And I think it helps a player to establish a rhythm in any arena.
Yeah, we see many different players and styles. You've got Joshua Filler, who's just super fast, and I'm intrigued to see his first match because he's obviously coming here with lots of confidence, the current world 9-ball champion.
Well, actually, Joshua Filler is waiting for the winner of this match. He's playing the winner of De Luna and Ouschan. Jason Shaw, another left-handed force of nature, plays the same style as Joshua Filler. He's going to be playing the winner of Kaci from Albania and Earl Strickland. Great lineup there, Kaci, Strickland. Kachi, one of the youngest players in the field, up against
Rack
the Hall of
number 5,
Famer Earl
Albin
Strickland,
Ouschan to break,
50 years of
leading
age.
3 racks to 1.
Yeah, just going back to Earl there, still plays great pool and all. What a character.
Oh, good control there.
Yeah, stop the rock. That's what we call it when you park the cue ball in the centre, stopping the rock.
And that area where he parked the cue ball is an area where a lot of traffic passes through. So the chance of a kiss is big. But still, it's your best bet to have a view on the lowest numbered ball on the table.
Yeah, and it looks a generous layout, does this one, Alex? Can't really see any problems. Maybe just this first shot. Make sure you get the pace right on this one. Needs it to slow down a little bit.
Tricky little shot. Can play this with check side, come twice across. But the check side doesn't bite as much into the rail as on a club table or an older cloth. It's a different type of touch.
Hit that one good, back into perfect position, as you can see.
Again, this is his routine. He will check angles. And even without walking about and looking at his line on the 7, he would still get it. But it's also routine for composure. To make sure.
We've not really seen much of Jeffrey since that long miscut on the 3 ball, have we?
Yeah, he had that jump. He had that jump when Ouschan fluked the snooker.
Just shows you, you know, when Albin, you know, he got a good 4 ball, but he had a generous nudge to get the snooker, but he made a great jump shot. And you said he wasn't bothered about position, just make the jump shot. That give him the opportunity.
And he's getting rewarded. So 1 bit of luck for Ouschan, but the rest, it's all quality and control and experience. Because the better player, you know, it's more likely that they hold initiative and just push on from here. So that's the 2nd break and run for Albin Ouschan. That's the best average in the tournament thus far. The young tournament, it's only the 3rd match on the 1st day in the afternoon session. We're gonna have a bit of a rough match after this with the Alcadi and Sanchez Ruiz playing each other. I'm happy I don't have to commentate that.
Yeah, it's a funny one. Pick a winner, Alex. Let's hear it. Who's going to win the last match? David or Sanchez?
Yes. Ruiz. I'll go for the young gun.
I'll go for David then, the former champion.
Actually, here in the Tercentenary Hall near Victoria Stadium, they participated in the 128th field in the Gibraltar Open Snooker.
I did see that, actually.
Yeah.
They had a couple of wins as well, I noticed.
Yeah. They took down Martin O'Donnell. Ruiz beat O'Donnell.
Rack number 6.
And they were playing with the
Albin
pool
Ouschan
cue.
to break.
That's amazing.
Leading 4 racks to 1.
So, rack 6, Albin Ouschan looking for his third break and run in his opening match. Nothing down, but then the 5-ball drops in the side pocket. One of the last balls rolling on the table.
Yeah, when you're a pool player sat in your chair, that's the dreaded last ball rolling. And look at the split.
Now, the biggest challenge for Ouschan is to get a required angle on the 2, to stun in between the pink 4 and the green 6 towards the 3-ball. Not much of a challenge. Should get there, especially considering the table time that he has had. Quite steep. So I don't know exactly how you phrased it. You have to play with soft hands on this table.
Yeah, just hold the cue lightly because it's so responsive.
Especially here with the angle. Can barely hit the ball. Now watch your shot here, Carl. This is a bit tricky. Well, it's not really tricky, but you have to be cautious. You know, the reaction of the cue ball after the 3.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying. The spin doesn't quite grip the rail as much as it would if it was played on a little bit more, but he's so experienced with the Mosconi and, you know, the World Cup pool. He just knows how to play on this equipment. So
when they're on the shot, please. If I can hear you, they can hear you.
We heard Vivian Roscoe there, the referee, urging someone in the audience to be quiet.
yeah, Viv, she comes from the English 8-ball world, and she's not scared to get involved and tell the players or the crowd, believe me and you.
Extension called.
Looks straightforward. But he has a slight angle on the 4.
Now, he doesn't want to be playing the combo, does he? So he just wants to make sure he's got the right angle on the 6, doesn't he, to play the 7-ball. The bottom left pocket.
He's on the right side of the 6. Very smooth operator around the table, and when he strikes the ball. There's that pause on the cue ball, then a slow and deliberate backswing.
Yeah, I think a lot of amateur pool players have been wondering, oh, well, should he not play the brown 7 onto the 9 and just win the rack? 6 didn't go in clean though, did it, Alex?
Well, he got away with murder there. Missed it, but made it. So for his third break and run in this match, 60% run-out percentage for the former world champion, who now extends his lead to 5-1 in the opening round against the Filipino Jeff De Luna. Albin Ouschan in total control. Good shots by Ouschan, and we'll pick it up after the break in the 7th of this opening round. Half an hour ago, De Luna missed this 3-ball. The dejected look, and it's the quality of the former world champion Ouschan that makes him pay dearly. up 5-1 with 3 break and runs and the break in the 6th. Can he push on or will he leave the door open for Jeff De Luna?
This is a sporty break-off. Balls disappearing. I think Jeffrey's at the point now, if he does get chances, he's got to try and keep Albin off the hill. That's what I always used to say to myself, if I can just keep him off the hill and claw a few back, but again, you need chances, and first glance at this, he will be taking this on, but this isn't easy. Look at the distance he's got and everything.
I wouldn't like to take it on, but you have to.
Yeah, there's a lot of distance between the 2 and the 9 ball. And then there's also loads of distance between the 2 and the cue ball. So it's sort of one of these shots where it looks easy on the TV camera angle, doesn't it? But it's a brutal shot.
Played it with a bit of defense, trying to get that cue ball close to the upper rail. And that probably, actually now that I look at it, that's probably what made him miss the 2-ball thin. Blood test for De Luna. Nothing's easy, having sat for so long.
But he's got a chance. And this is all you can ask for. Little bit short of his work there.
Yeah.
First glance.
A bit thick on the 5, but he's good. Can play it with backspin. Doesn't want to go forward. Because the 8 ball's so big, close to the long rail. Smooth stroke. He's a bit edgy, you can tell. His bridge hand is every time leaving the bed of the table.
Yeah, I noticed that one. Very jumpy. Both players playing with the carbon fibre shaft, Alex. There you see it, made out of carbon fibre.
Yeah, it gives a lot of action on the ball. For some players, a bit too much. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you.
And the last 3 shots he's played, as you said, a bit edgy, not too pure. And now he's left with this one. He's got to put a good stroke on this shot. I feel he's got to follow this ball through, right?
Extension
Pocketing wise, he prefers to play with draw. And he'll track towards the 9, so depending on where exactly in the pocket he'll make the 8. Cue ball will track towards the left or the right side of the 9.
He's playing the draw shot. Yeah, I preferred the topspin shot, but I think he's played this.
Oh, wow. Beautifully placed there. And finally, he gets another point on the board. Second rack for Jeff De Luna. This was the opening shot for Ouschan. He was forced to take it on. And he was a bit disgusted there, Ouschan, that cue ball didn't get closer to the short rail.
Yeah, I think he should follow suit, really. As you said, he's had a couple of nice splits, so I think I'd be moving over there. It's a big rack and all, from 5-1 breaking to 5-3. You're kind of back in the match.
Jeffrey de Luna to break.
Staying on his own
5
side.
frames to 2.
Feels like he's spotted some form of gap, which has helped make his mind up to break from there.
Ooh, that's a very wild cue ball. And a very wild 9 ball. He's leaving an open shot to Ouschan. But he'll be let down by his break. I mean, he hit the 1 ball on the wrong side. If a player breaks from the right and the cue ball after impacting the 1 goes to the left, then you're really off.
Yeah, bad news for Jeffrey de Luna fans and himself is this looks like this is the only real difficult task in this rack. If he makes this, he's naturally coming over for the blue too. It's all about the pot, this shot.
Another cut shot, but much easier this one. Just go back and forth in between the 3 and the 4. But on the way back, he needs to travel far enough. Just about far enough, it seems.
He just wanted a bit more. He's just off straight on the wrong side of this. You can see him there just looking. If I leave the cue ball there, what's my angle like on the 4?
And if he plays a stop shot, he'll play the 4 with check side. Is this just center right, low right, high right? How do you play it?
I always play it a bit low right, me. Low right, don't really like it in centre.
On any table, also an English pool?
Any table.
Any
yeah,
table.
Just a bit low. Not low, but just under centre. Judged it well.
It's the mark of quality. A player that makes it look easy.
Albin knows obviously the importance of this rack as well. This puts him on the hill with a healthy 4-game lead. And the way he's breaking.
Yeah, he's 4 balls away to get to the hill, to get a view of the promised land. Round 2. He has options here, but I think he can stop the cue ball. Pocket the 6 in the left side of the pocket. Come back, maybe a ball.
I can.
Feels like he's had a
Stop
skid
the pot,
there.
please.
He's getting the cue ball cleaned. Viv under a little bit of pressure here. First time cleaning this white ball.
So Ouschan has a bit more angle on the 6, on the 7 than
Extension
he
call.
would have liked. He could opt to play to the corner pocket, but he doesn't have a full pocket there.
Well, it looks beautiful to fire the 7 straight into the 9, no?
As That's what the people do on a Friday night over a couple of beers. Maybe it's not De Luna's day today. He won the 7th rack, broke and left the cue ball close to the 1. And from there, Albin Ouschan has got himself towards the hill. Needs 1 more rack to qualify for round 2 and to have a match with Joshua Filler, the reigning world champion. It's a brutal game, 9-ball. Jeffrey De Luna flying in from the Philippines. In the beginning, Ouschan was looking a bit weak. De Luna started out good and after that missed a cut on the 3. It's all Austria from there.
I mean, this is just nitpicking, but is there a case for saying you should have had a go at breaking from the other side just to try and make something happen? Or is that being ruthless?
Well, if you win, you're right, and he's not winning, so maybe he's doing something wrong. But even if staying on the left side, De Luna on his break, at least get the intended hit, and he mishit the 1 ball. But this is so tough. I mean, Ouschan doesn't look like missing, isn't missing, and actually has made 3 break-and runs, so it's all about your mindset in the chair and keeping that level of concentration, which of course is hard. Like the comeback you made against Suke last year. Like the beginning of the comeback, was that your mental game pulling you through, or just the shots that you were getting presented?
No, I think it was just a case of the old cliche, 1 rack at a time, but obviously the closer you get, the pressure switches over, doesn't it? So you just want to set a little target, I think. Set yourself a little target. If I were Jeffrey, I'd be thinking, try and get to 6-4. It's only 2 racks, 6-4. From 6-2, you know, it's achievable, and then you start to ask some questions.
Albin Ouschan to break. Needing 6 racks to 2.
So rack 9.
Looks like Albin's moving the cue ball closer and closer to the centre for each break.
Oh, he's not getting the rolls, De Luna.
Yeah, as you see it looked like De Luna was going to have a shot at this 1 ball. And there you have it, the 2 ball just sneaks in front.
Now the push out, an option for De Luna. And in the push out, you're always weighing your options, weighing your opponent's strengths and weaknesses. But especially with the scoreline being so lopsided, 2-6, 6-2, it influences the shot selection. I'm gonna risk a bit less when I'm up 6-2.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, I think what he's done here is he pushed out into a cross bank of some form, or
yeah, but this is a kiss, I think. So Ouschan sees part of the 1 ball, but it's going to be very difficult to avoid the kiss.
Extension called.
would you be playing this shot yourself, or
no?
well,
if I am, I'm not attacking the pocket, but I would bank it thin towards the 7. Then I can avoid the kiss.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he's a world champion and I'm not.
Yeah, he just played it with loads of right hand side just to change the angle a bit to avoid the double kiss.
Was a good effort. And a good result, because he has covered the one.
Yeah, and it's not quite over the pocket, so he can't come through this gap.
Oh, this is a horrible kick shot to play.
Extension called.
He's going in between the rail and the 4 ball, and his main concern is not scratching.
Can he just miss the 4 though and point? I'm not sure he can. No, he can't. That's why he's rolled it.
Foul.
Ooh, disaster.
The only alternative he had there, I think, was played harder with speed. Make sure to not scratch and hope to get lucky.
Yeah, it was a horrible spot to be in. And of course, on a foul shot, you get ball in hand. Put it anywhere on the table.
So the 3 ball passes the 9. The ball that has least room for the cue ball to be maneuvered around is the 4. So this actually the key shot in the rack. Set him up good on the 4. Might walk around here and check if a 2 rail route off of the 4 towards the 5 is on. So to position the cue ball a bit to the right of the line on the 4. It's too much angle to go 2 rails. Still a bit awkward this.
I think you can just get there. I think you can spin it offside and top rail just to come back out. It looks like he's playing oh, he had loads of room. Kidding us on, he is.
Well, he played a good shot there. He came very close to hitting the 7. I mean, he made the most of what he had.
Yeah, I think the 6 ball's probably not as much over the middle pocket as I first thought. I thought it was a little bit more over the pocket.
Oh, nice. And even if he falls short, he's within striking range. A lot of angle, but maybe that's better than a little bit of angle. Makes it easy to have that cue ball traveling around table. He's not a high-paced, instinctive player. He's very methodical, yet very smooth at the same time.
This 9 ball puts Albin Ouschan into the next round.
3 breaking rounds for the Austrian. A very dominant victory in the opening round, and he advances to the last 16 for a meetup with the German and the world 9-ball champion Joshua Filler. We'll be back later for the last match in this afternoon session between the 2 Spaniards, David Alcaide and Ruiz Sanchez.
Albin Ouschan was pretty much perfect there in that game against Jeffrey De Luna. A comprehensive victory, a wink to the crowd as well, and that certainly is victory for him. And Albin is with us now. Congratulations there. It looked very comfortable. Were you surprised by just how well you played, you know, first match off without any practice beforehand?
Well, actually, I felt pretty good upstairs in the practice room, so I came down. I was pretty confident, and I just needed a chance. I made 2 little mistakes in the beginning with the jump shot and the safety, so I was just waiting for my chance, and I took it.
There was one stage where your opponent wasn't at the table for over half an hour. How much does that help you going forward, that you had all that time at the table in a row?
Of course, you're getting in shape, you're feeling comfortable and everything, but I think he didn't do much wrong in the whole match. So actually, I think I ran out 3 or 4, and that's it.
Albin, well done. You're into the next round. Next matchup, our final one this afternoon, is David Alcaide against Francesco Sanchez Ruiz, both Spaniards.